So this video is sort of a response to an earlier video I made called Why Do Beautiful Women Suck? And I guess I've gotten a lot of responses from a lot of other people who are probably like me. They're low status guys who are bitter. And I'll tell you why we're bitter. We're bitter because we can't have the high status women. We want to have high status women and we can't. Now high status women, they're usually high status because they're attractive. It's a very superficial thing for us to want these high status women. I'll admit that fully. I don't know what this, I could put the blame on the media saying we're exposed to a lot of images of beautiful women. But I think it's mostly because we believe that we are of great value, or that we could be of great value to women. And I think to high status women. And I think high status women are sold an image of the perfect guy in the movies and TV a lot. That is a very rare thing. I'm sure it does exist, but in very small numbers. And I think that a lot of high status women decide to sleep around with a lot of these guys who look like perfect guys at first, until they find out that they're not. By the time, they usually go through loads of these guys before they realize, maybe at the age of 30 or something, that they need to go with someone more stable, less attractive, less dangerous in order to have a stable relationship. Now at that point, the woman's in her 30s. She's not nearly as attractive as she was when she was in her 20s, which is where, most guys want to get with a girl. And so, we're not thrilled about having to clean up after the mess, I guess. That's one way of putting it. We just don't want to have to settle. We don't have to settle because we don't think it's fair. We believe, if you were to judge the low status versus the high status on their character alone, that the tables would be turned. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works. And don't ever try to make clear that this is how you feel about it if you're a low status male to any kind of woman, especially a high status woman, because they hate this. For some reason, they hate the idea that the low status guys feel entitled. I don't know what it is. They just feel as if things are the way they are, and we're ungrateful bastards about it. If you ask me, it makes sense. A lot of these high status guys, their redeeming qualities are, I guess, they're hard workers. But a lot of times they're just physically gifted, which is something they didn't really have to earn. You have to go to the gym to some extent, but most of your physical ability comes from genetics, I think. A lot of times they're good at screwing other people over. I think a lot of successful businessmen, people are making a lot of money, know how to screw people over, know how to lie to people in order to get ahead. Sometimes they offer a quality product, but I don't think that's usually what makes a successful businessman. But I have no proof of that. I guess I also wanted to make this video to say I'm sorry to low status women, and I wish I found you attractive. I wish I could aspire to have a relationship with you. I wish I could see your inner beauty and be really attracted to that. I'm just not. If you're a beautiful woman if you have inner beauty but aren't beautiful on the outside, I will see you as a potential friend. I'm not going to see you as a potential girlfriend. And I don't know if it's, again, like I said, I don't know if this is a symptom of our exposure to the media, but I think this is a pretty common thing. I think a lot of low status guys are looking up, want to be with high status women. I think a lot of high status women and low status women are looking up too. I think everyone's looking up. That's just the nature of people's behavior in America, especially. But in other places, any place with a developed economy. And I think it ends up keeping a lot of people from finding love. I think it keeps the high status women from finding a long-term stable relationship until they get older. I think it keeps the the high status men from finding a long-term stable relationship, because a lot of the women don't, only trust them to have a sexual relationship and not have a long-term committed relationship. And of course it makes the low-status women suffer, because I think there's some low-status guys who will sleep with low-status women, but certainly they've got to be hard to come by, and even harder to come by for high-status men. And for low-status men, we're not getting any love from anyone, except for maybe other low-status women, which a lot of us don't want. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess this is an apology. I wish I could love you, low-status women. You'd certainly deserve it more than the high-status women, who generally tend to be bitchy and lacking in personality. But we can't control what we're attracted to, and it's a shame. The world would be a more just place if we were all attracted to inner beauty. Duh.